Alright, Smugadamus is at it again, so... Well, we're going to be at it again too, then.
I feel God in my heart, and I would say, well, that's not enough. That's not a reason to believe. I mean, I don't feel in my heart. How would you prove His existence to me? That's just your emotional reaction. That's not anything of value in a discussion. That's not any...
Alright, so now he's claiming that the whole argument that's been made to him, both by Eva and me, that suffering is what we're valuing. The capacity for another organism to suffer, its ability to feel. And we are claiming, okay, that when something possesses that ability, whether it's a computer or a TV or even this statue, if we can make that statue feel, then all of a sudden it's going to be entitled, okay, to a quantum of respect. Relative to its capacity to feel, that's what it's going to be entitled to. We are going to have to work around it. We can't use it for like cement, or we can't use it for asphalt, or we can't do any of those things with it unless it commits some sort of crime. Now, if like you, it's a criminal against sentient life, then it's okay. But if it's not a criminal, there's no reason for it. We have every obligation, moral obligation, to be considerate of its welfare. Because it has a welfare. Things that feel have a welfare. That's the argument that's made to you, and that's the argument you keep ignoring and keep playing this game around.
Thing of value in convincing someone. And that's kind of what the vegetarian argument comes down to me now, okay? It's kind of like, well, I get that you have a horrible negative emotional reaction to the suffering of animals, and
that's not the argument that's been made to you. It's been pointed out over and over and over again. You started off with that crap, okay? You first said, oh, is it spiritual? And then you said pain, and then you said pain I don't see how pain's relevant, okay? I mean, I don't feel any pain when the animals, bled to death, so why is pain relevant? And it was explained to you the pain is relevant because the animal is feeling pain. Okay, not us. We're not crying. We're not completely disturbed. I mean, there's right now in a slaughterhouse somewhere, animals are being killed. And right now, there's pigs in a pigsty, and they're being forcibly inseminated. Now, I don't see it. I don't really think about it. I'm not emotionally reacting to it, but I can still say it's wrong. It's ethically wrong. Okay, and if I could pass a law against it, I would. Because it's wrong.
I know that the animal doesn't enjoy suffering. I know that I don't enjoy suffering, but I clearly don't get the same level of dramatic reaction anymore to the knowledge that animals are being killed.
Right, so that just proves that you weren't any good for the cause in the beginning. You were just a fake, okay? Because it was all about you. You didn't give a shit about the animals. You only cared because it hurt you. You didn't like the pictures. It made, it hurt your little feelings, the pictures. It was about you. It wasn't about the animals. So that's like having somebody who's, that's just so slimy. I mean, who wants that kind of creep on their side anyway? So you were on the wrong side, obviously, because you were still a selfish asshole. It was all about you still. It wasn't about the animals. You didn't give a fuck about them. You just cared about you and what you felt.
For me, that you do. So in the same way that a Christian saying that they feel God in their heart isn't going to convince me that there's a God.
Yeah, well, no one's making that argument. No one's saying, oh, yeah, care for the animals because we care. Care for the animals because it's hurting us and it's hurting our feelings. No one's making that argument to you, and you goddamn know it. The argument's been clearly pointed out that fucking rights, okay, are a manifestation of something's capacity to feel. The more character or capacity to feel it has, the more rights it's entitled to. It's a proportional relationship, asshole. And that's part of what civilization over time has recognized, asshole.
Someone telling me that they feel horrible at an animal suffering isn't going to convince me to stop.
Nobody. Who? Quote that argument, okay? Just prove you're not a lying, scheming, conniving weasel. And quote who's made that argument to you. Who's made the argument to you that it hurts my feelings, therefore you shouldn't do it? Who's made that argument, asshole? Nobody, that's right. So this just points out, this is the games you play, fucker. No one's made that argument. No one's made the appeal from my hurt feelings. No, they've made an appeal from sentience, having a qualitative substance that has to be respected wherever it manifests itself.
You know, eating meat, just because animals are suffering. So, I mean, that's just the disparity between these reasoning styles. One is rhetoric-based, one is emotion-based, and one is...
Yeah, what a slimy move. Rhetoric and emotion-based. No, it's the argument's been made to you. It's been set as clear as it can be made. All right? Yeah, we have fundamental different definitions of the most important thing in the universe, okay? You have missed the most important fact in the universe, that all value rises out of the capacity of something to have a welfare, to have a capacity to be harmed, to suffer, to endure a negative conscious experience. And that's where all value is derived. All right? That's the argument. All right? Now, defeat that argument, but if you're not going to, then just say, yes, you're amoral to that understanding. You don't get it. Okay, and we'll just declare you an enemy of the state and get it over with, okay? Yeah, you are out of your fucking mind if you can't get that one right. You are insane.
Is looking to what an individual wants as a self-serving, rational being.
All right, self-serving, rational being. Now, couldn't somebody pick that apart a little bit? A little dissection. Doesn't take long to figure out, well, that's stupid. Okay, self-serving and rational? No, I'm sorry. If I had 10 twin brothers, all right, and I self-served, okay, in my own interest, and sold my brothers to the glue factory, okay, is that being rational? I mean, I've just taken, 9 things that are equal to myself and destroyed them. What value would there be in preserving 1 and destroying 9? That would be insensible. It would be stupid. What value would be there in preserving the good feelings of the 1 at the expense of the 9? That's completely irrational math. It just, on its face, fails. And the argument being made here is that we as humans have a fundamental, essential equality, and that further, we as sentient creatures is the real core of the thing. I mean, a human being 50,000 years ago who had no knowledge of all of this stuff, no knowledge of culture or sophistication, was still a worthy beast. It still had an emotional character that had to be respected. If you went back in time right now and you decide you're going to just poke sticks into them and make their blood pop out, you would be called an asshole. And deservedly so, because that's what you would be, an asshole.
Now, I have my own problems with reason lately. I'm finding the behavior of a lot of my peers to be religious, fanatical.
Yeah, whatever, your peers. And it's all this ambiguous accusations you keep making. Why don't you make something direct? Why don't you actually quote somebody just fucking once? You fucking weasel. I think if your friends hate you, it's probably for goddamn good reason. Your peers.
About certain concepts of reason, rationality, and logic. Like there's nothing else in the world. And, wow, when I took a step back, did I realize that I was doing the fucking same thing in this argument. I was entirely discounting your emotional appeals.
Yeah, again, you discounted the arguments made, and you have... Again, there were no emotional appeals made. So quote an emotional appeal, you fucker. Quote where somebody made an appeal to you saying it hurts my feelings, therefore it's wrong. Quote that, you son of a bitch. And until you do that, you're just a lying, manipulating, piece of shit, weasel, straw man making motherfucking cunt. Alright? You have just no integrity in argument at all. You're the worst kind of pig of an arguer. I mean, Rush Limbaugh award goes to the stupid motherfucking dog beater.
As vegetarians, while supporting my own view that if it's not logically defensible, if it's not defensible in terms of me as a future-looking, self-serving being, which is the
future-looking, self-serving being. Okay, let's write that. Let's write that on the money, okay? Well, all you fuckers at Vloggerheads vote for that. Okay, all you fuckers that communicate with this asshole like he's a human being, so shall we write that on our money? I, as a self-serving motherfucking prick, cunt, selfish bastard prick, declare. You would feel proud about that? You're fucking proud of this piece of shit as a human being? God damn it! This is why we should blow the human race the fuck up. Anybody that whatever the scummy fucking maggot that gave birth to this stupid piece of shit. This is where parents should go to jail. I mean, when they create something this fucking scummy, me as a self-serving motherfucking cunt prick, fuck you, bastard.
Kind of logical standard to hold things up to in a lot of philosophical circles and a lot of scientific circles, then it wasn't enough. But the issue there is that in my daily life, I use emotional reasoning about 1,000 times more than I use logical reasoning.
Well, it's about the only way you can be a selfish, self-serving motherfucking prick, I guess, is if you do that. Exactly, asshole. So you're the one guilty of all the crimes. So why don't you shut the fuck up till you get it right?
I mean, to make my decisions, I so often, especially in cases of what one might call moral dilemmas, I so often just appeal to my emotion immediately. Like, if someone was hurting my dog, I would emotionally immediately react and stop them.
Right, because it's your dog, because it's your property, because it's your dog, it's your, because you're a self-serving motherfucking piece of shit. Because you don't understand what a dog is. All you understand is the your part. You don't understand dog. All you understand is your, mine, your, mine, your, mine. That's all you know because you're so fucking self-obsessed, you fucking piece of shit. You're humiliating the human race.
And I would probably enact some retribution. If someone was hurting my friend, the same thing.
Alright, so then when somebody says to you that you're offending their race, or their kind, or their people, or their, whatever. If somebody makes a video and says, I am animal, alright, and makes it clear to you that, yeah, you know what? That's my stuff, okay, you fucker? And you're sitting there trying to defend your right to fucking eat its soul? Well, fuck you. You just said, okay, fine, good. I'm entitled then, right? I'm entitled to hate your scurvy shit guts. And I'll be glad to do it.
Because I would just base it off my immediate emotional reaction. And then when I get in the classroom and we say, well, what should society adopt this policy on abortion or something? And I think, well, I'm not going to...
Oh, yeah, right. You go into the classroom and have a fucking argument about abortion politics. I mean, obviously abortion politics is about religion, and it's not even about abortion. It's about a bunch of religious fanatics who resent sexual liberation. So they are against abortion because they want to stop people from having sex, because their God said they can't have any. They don't want anybody else to have any. So, yeah, did you really argue abortion? I don't think so.
Think about my emotions about the sanctity of life, and I'm not going to think about my emotions about
the sanctity of human life. You mean, right? You're talking about human zygotes now, so you appreciate how there might be some stuff, some meaning around fucking human zygotes, right? They got nothing neurologically, okay? But if we're trying to have a conversation about what gorillas are, or we talk about what pigs are, pigs got billions and billions of neural connections, unlike a fucking human zygote.
That's gross imagery of a fetus, instead I'll think about, well, what does life mean? Talk about definitions and just get into the fucking nitty gritty, stupid jargon that we do.
the jargon of sentience and intelligence and making distinctions between these things. You're living for what you feel, asshole, and a brain enables you to do that in a decent and responsible way, and that's all. Alright? Your intelligence doesn't make you better than the animals. Okay? What it makes you is more responsible than them. You're blamable because you can know better. And you are contriving excuses to run away from that fucking simple reality. So, Guilty as charged.
But there's a gap between real life and this shit that we do in the classroom. The shit we do in academia. The shit we do in the fucking lab or wherever.
Well, you're so full of shit. You're just talking out of your ass. What lab? What lab have you worked in?
The shit we talk about here. So what else can I say? That, I mean, no one's provided me with a rational argument why.
Oh yeah, well you haven't paid any attention to the rational argument. The argument was explicitly made that all value arises, okay, in the existence, the forming of a sentient creature. If I make this battery capable of feeling good and feeling bad, then I make it relevant, and I no longer can use it as a battery anymore. I can no longer not consider its welfare, because now it has meaning and substance where before it did not. That's the argument, asshole. It has nothing to do with your fucking emotions. It has nothing to do with my fucking emotions. It has to do with the fact, okay, that something can be harmed. You stupid, dumb shit. So pay attention to the argument that has been made.
We care about the animal suffering.
Care doesn't have anything to do with it.
I don't even know what that would look like. Frankly, I start to question what it means to have rational arguments when in the end, most things tend to boil down to emotion.
Yeah, when in the end you just cheat the argument all over the place. You ignore it and pretend.
An argument that would sway someone who doesn't have the same intuition as you would be an argument that serves them as well, like an argument.
Straw man, anyone? Straw man, straw man, straw man. So your entire argument here has been a straw man. You've had a half dozen videos made to you explicitly stating that this is about the capacity of animals to feel and what that means. That you've ignored, and you're pretending that people have argued that, oh, the animal suffering hurts me, therefore we must stop it. That has not been the argument. You've ignored the argument, and you have slandered the people making their argument. Fuck you.
For vegetarianism, from the point of conservation, or for what else would that be? I mean, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, it's also pretty healthy, asshole. Yeah, you missed that one too. It's healthy for the human, it's healthy for the planet, and it's also pretty damn kick-ass for the little sentient beings that don't have to be tortured anymore.
But that's what a rational argument would be, was like, well, you can recognize that you want the Earth to be a certain way, so why don't you take the steps to make it that way by not eating animals?
Yeah, this is so patronizing. Now you're going to tell the vegetarians what they have to see as the priority, okay? My priority is not the fucking planet. My priority is not the... I hope the human race drowns in an ocean of its own fucking puke. Okay? The human race fucking sucks. You're proof of that. It has no ethics, no responsibility. It takes no responsibility for the power of its intelligence. It is an absolutely the shittiest creature on this fucking planet. So saving the planet for humans seems a ludicrous prospect from my perspective. No, the sooner we fucking use all our resources and die, the fucking more I'll like it. Alright? My concern is that we are... it's not that complicated. There's parallel arguments, okay, to what we are doing. We're creating victims. We're making victims. We've got the machinery in place, and that's what we're doing. And it's a rape, all right? It's that simple. You either get it or you don't get it. You want to be a rapist? Go ahead and be a rapist, asshole, okay? It's your fucking decision, but don't pretend nobody's giving you a rational argument against rape. They did do it. You ignored it.
But clearly they don't have the intuition that they don't want the animals to suffer, so you can't say...
Again, who was arguing from intuition? Who? Nobody here. Bella didn't do that. I didn't do that. We didn't say, oh yeah, no, it came down from God, told me it was wrong. No, she explained why she discovered it was wrong. I explained why I discovered it was wrong. It's just an acknowledgement of the cruel fact of our existence, that we're on this fucking planet cannibal, and everybody got into this bad habit. But that's all it is. It's a bad fucking habit.
Well, why don't you take the steps to make a suffering-free world? Because they don't care about that, clearly. I mean, the person you're trying to convince doesn't seem to care as much as you. Doesn't seem to have the same intuition. Doesn't seem to have the same emotional reaction as you. That
Again, you keep pretending that the argument is just emotional, therefore you don't have to be accountable. And that's just such bullshit. People have made the argument straight to your fucking goddamn face. It's about pain and suffering. You're ignoring that as a value in the universe. Just state that as a premise of all your videos. You do not acknowledge the meaning of suffering in anything else but yourself, because you are a selfish, self-motivated, self-accessing little cyborg running through existence on Earth. You are the ultimate maggot and consider only your maggot interests.
an animal's suffering matters to the point where they can't eat meat. And I wash my hands at the top. But I see...
Not that easy, fucker. You know, you just don't get to play these fucking games. So, yeah, I mean, I'll start making 3 videos for every 1 video you make. You're going to keep playing this game. Alright? Ignoring the argument and pretending the argument was something else. Fuck that, and fuck you.
I see what you feel, I think. I see that there is an importance to these emotional reactions, that I do shit.
Again, there's been more than a half dozen videos made arguing exactly the opposite. This has nothing to do with your fucking goddamn emotions. It has to do with fucking rational math. We are not innately superior because we have a scheming tool placed on top of our emotional fucking sentient brain. The only part of us that means anything to us is the sentient part, is the feeling part, is the desire machine, and that desire machine exists in all those other fucking animals that you are taking advantage of, or you are giving license to take advantage of. That you are saying, it's not my dog to, it's not my pig, it's not my cow, therefore you may do what you wish. Fuck you, that's illogical and stupid.
And I don't know that the logical way is the right way, or that the rational, self-interested being model.
Rational, self-interested being. You, like I said, you want that on your money. You want that on your goddamn money. We are a bunch of rational, self-interested beings. Self-interested, rational beings. Yeah, we'll just keep playing with self-interested and rational and try to try to blend those two words together, even though they have nothing to do with each other. You fucking cunt.
We're looking at what to do is the right way.
Goebbels.
I just know
Goebbels, propaganda, Goebbels.
And say things like, well, there's how can you... And a lot of people said to me during this debate, it's just common sense. It's just reason. You can just reason it up. No. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
I can't figure out that feelings are in other animals. I can't figure that out. No. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. You try. You'll figure it out. What's the difference between this bottle and the cat sleeping on the chair over there? Oh, that's right, the cat feels and this bottle doesn't. That's right, so I can throw the bottle across the room and it doesn't matter. But if I threw the cat across the room, that would be really, really, really not rational.
Just emotion. And as long as someone acknowledges that when they're making their vegetarian argument from the point of view of suffering, then
Yeah, as long as they acknowledge something that isn't true, well, they're not going to do that. And as long as you keep pretending they have said that and that they haven't made a clear, straight argument right to your motherfucking cunt face, then I'm going to keep making videos about you, fucker.
Then yeah, you're making a valid argument from your own opinion of suffering, from your own emotional reaction, from your own gut reaction, from your...
Yeah, again, it has nothing to do with gut, just has to do with logic. Has to do with 2 plus 2. It has to do with this rational ability to say, if I don't like being in pain, why would I assume anything else that's conscious likes to be in pain? That would be fucking idiotic.
You feel in your heart, as the Christian would say. But don't come to me and tell me that it's reasonable that it's some faculty of reason you're using, some faculty of logic you're using to deduce that there's an intrinsic value of suffering that you must protect, that you're obligated by reason, by some...
Again, what else would the rational conclusion be? I see how my own brain, my brain becomes motivated to protect me, my consciousness, from this negative thing, this negative conscious sensation. So obviously my brain acknowledges the negative of the negative. Okay, and so if I see the negative in these other things, it's just obvious. I can't ignore it. I can't run away from it. It's just a fucking truth. The negative exists. It doesn't just exist here. It exists there, and there. And it's just obvious. There's no other... I can't escape that fucking truth, and my own brain has acknowledged it. So the day I don't care about what happens to me is the day I can start walking around and saying, I don't care what happens to all this other stuff. Because until I can prove I'm different or I'm better than all that other stuff, I have no argument, asshole. But obviously you egomaniacal crazy motherfuckers, you and your serial killer clan of bigots and cannibals, you can make justifications because you're so much better than all the other consciousnesses. You can't possibly have a feeling that isn't more important than their feelings.
Weird and innate process in your brain to protect the animal from. Give me a break, you know? It's your immediate visceral emotional reaction, and that's fine, but just admit it. Just own
Again, you keep making an argument that hasn't been made. Nobody's arguing about any visceral emotion, you stupid shit. You know, I mean, really, you think that everybody who voted for women's rights thought women were going to be great voters? No, they did it because it was the right thing to do, not because they had some emotional hard-on to fight for women's rights. They just knew it was the right fucking thing to do. It was fair. Fair, yeah, that's a word you probably have no conception of.
Up to it. That's all I've ever asked in this discussion. Because emotions can be wrong, okay? Emotions can lead us in weird directions, and we have a problem with that, because sometimes emotions lead people to drink the fucking...
Again, you're the asshole who's saying my dog is important when it's my dog. You're saying a dog isn't a dog until he's your dog. You're the one with the fucking emotional problem. You think somehow the fact that you love your dog makes your dog not entitled to getting beaten. And that somehow the dog right next to it, because it isn't your dog, it's okay to beat it. And so you're going to fucking make sense out of that, shithead? Sorry, you fucking lose.
Kool-Aid, you know? Sometimes emotions lead people to kill or do crazy irrational things in the heat of the moment. So that's why sometimes we like to take a step back and remove ourselves from the emotion and say, well...
Oh, no, well, like I said, you're the one who's fucking completely owned by them. I bet you're going to sit there and tell me that somehow your mother doesn't deserve to have her fucking, I don't know, just think of some horror that can be imposed on her. And that somehow she's not entitled to it just like any other animal. Fuck you.
What logically follows here? Okay, so there's an importance to both sides, and one can't be done without the other. We can't live without intuition. We can't live without logic.
Again, no one's arguing. The argument from intuition has not entered this discussion anywhere. So again, just more straw man crap from you. That's all. You just keep generating this fucking goddamn manure and throwing it in other people's mouths, and then you say, well, why are you treating me so shabbily? Well, fuck you, you cunt.
Let's just try and own up to our reasoning when it's just emotion.
That's just an emotional rhetoric argument. Yes, it's an argument from emotion again. Yeah, again and again and again and again. So I'll prove you wrong. I'll defy you to quote somebody, you fucking coward. Quote somebody and make your argument, all right? Or else it's just fucking slander. That's all you are. You're a slandering, lying motherfucking weasel. And, like I said, you want me, I'll make 3 videos a day. Fuck you. You're asking for it, cunt. You're not honest. You really aren't. You're not honest to the argument that's been made, and this is just such a little petty little, oh, look, I'm going to try to talk to Eva, and I'll try to narrow the focus, because Eva will want to talk about intuition, I'm sure. Well, fuck you. I mean, Eva's too smart for you anyway. But, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way, fucker. You don't get to make your little public statements and get a free ride. Fuck you. Anyway, enough of this cunt. And all who defend him. Fuck you. Fuck you.